Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Shrinvatam Swakatah Krishna Punyashravana Kirtanaha Hride Antastohi Apadrani Vidinoti Suhpritsadam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Grandraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 33, verse 28 and 29. Activities of Kapila. 28. Tad deha paratah poso prakyushashta asambhavat babau malir avachannaha saduma iva pavakaha. Synonyms. Tad deha, her body, paratah, by others, the damsels created by Kardama. Posaha, maintained. Api, although. Akrasaha, not thin. Cha, and. Adi, anxiety. Asambhavat, from not occurring. Babau, shown. Malyaha, by dust. Avachanaha, covered. Sa, dhumaha, surrounded with smoke. Iva, like. Pavakaha, a fire. Translation. Her body was being taken care of by the spiritual damsels created by her husband Kardama, and since she had no mental anxiety at that time, her body did not become thin. She appeared just like a fire surrounded by smoke. Purport. Because she was always in trance in transcendental bliss, the thought of the personality of Godhead was always carefully fixed in her mind. She did not become thin, for she was taken care of them by the celestial maidservants created by her husband. It is said, according to the Ayurvedic medical science, that if one is free from anxieties, he generally becomes fat. Devahuti, being situated in Krishna consciousness, had no mental anxieties and therefore her body did not become thin. It is customary in the renounced order of life that one should not take any service from a servant or maid. But Devahuti was being served by the celestial maidservants. This may appear to be against the spiritual concept of life. But just as fire is still beautiful even when surrounded by smoke, she looked completely pure, although it seemed that she was living in a luxurious way. Verse 29. Swangam tapo yogamayam mukta keshim gadambaram daivaguptam nabugde vasudeva pravishtadi. Synonyms. Swa angam, her body. Tapa, austerity. Yoga practice. Mayam, fully engaged in. Mukta, loosened. Kesham, her hair. Gata, disarrayed. Ambaram, her garments. Daiva, by the Lord. Guptam, protected. Na, not. Bubude, she was aware of. Vasudeva, in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pravishta, absorbed. The, her thoughts. Translation. So, because she was always absorbed in the thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, she was not aware that sometimes her hair was loosened or her garments were disarrayed. Purport. In this verse, the word Daivaguptam protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very significant. Once one surrenders unto the service of the Supreme Lord, the Lord takes charge of the maintenance of the devotee's body, and there is no need of anxiety for its protection. It is said in the second chapter, second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that a fully surrendered soul has no anxiety about the maintenance of his body. The Supreme Lord takes care of the maintenance of innumerable species of bodies. Therefore, one who fully engages in his service will not go unprotected by the Supreme Lord. Devahuti was naturally unmindful of the protection of her body, which was being taken care of by the Supreme Person. Pranam Mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedante Swami Nitiramine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. I would like to seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas and thank you for giving me an opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. I want to summarize the verse 28 and 29. So, Devahuti is a great devotee, and her son, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Devahuti's son, Lord Kapila, instructed her the science of devotional service, and then he left home. She was all alone, and her husband had already left before she was practicing hostility. So, as per the instructions from Lord Kapila, Devahuti is situated in transcendental bliss of the Lord by constantly remembering him and doing transcendental service to the Lord. Though she is served by the transcendental damsels arranged by Kardama Muni, as she is in complete transcendental bliss of the Lord, she is not touched by the material fangs. Fangs as smoke that covers fire cannot reduce it. The beauty of the fire being situated in the transcendental bliss. That this body, one who has no remembrance of his body, is not bound to material existence as long as we are conscious of our bodily existence. It is to be understood that we are living conditionally under the three modes of material nature. When one forgets his bodily existence, his conditioned material life is over. So we are not this body in the service Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as explained in this verse, being situated in transcendental bliss, Devahuti is unmindful of her loosened hair and desired garments, which shows that one will not be situated in bodily consciousness if always connected to God. In this way, Devahuti's son liberated from the material bondage and achieved the supreme personality of the Godhead. The same has been stressed by the Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita also, in Bhagavad Gita 9.34. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhya jevam namaskuru. Mame vaishasi yukvaivam atmanam mat parayana. It means engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So we pray to Krishna every day, right? We pray to Krishna, we engage in devotional service and become, and because we ultimately want to become pure at heart. This is the goal of spiritual life, to become pure at heart. And in pure heart, we can perceive Krishna's presence and we can feel connected to Krishna. So we want to, because we want to purify ourselves. So how can we purify ourselves? So we have to listen about the Supreme Lord every day. We have to read books, hear about Krishna every day, do Krishna service at temple. The more we do, the more mind become absorbed, and we have to beg Krishna for his mercy. Like, oh Krishna, please help me for his mercy. Krishna, please help me. I'm so helpless. I'm in this material existence. My mind is out of control. I am very helpless, Krishna. Please help me. In that mode, we chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So always remember Krishna. Don't forget Krishna. So when we always remember Krishna, He is always within us and we can purify ourselves within our heart. So I want to conclude here by saying just one thing, like Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu, Jagatpathe, Gopesha, Gopika Kante, Radha Kanta Namaste. He is the Supreme Father and the ocean of the compassion. So he always wants to connect with us. Like father, yeah, every father wants love from their child. Likewise, Krishna also wants the always wants love from the devotees because he is the father for us. He's he says, offer me something with love. It's not about offering, it's about the love and heart. He doesn't want anything else. So we have to connect with Krishna and also be kind with all the other living entities. So Krishna will stay with us. Knowing that all other living entities are parts of Krishna, so they are spiritual soul. In this way, Krishna is very pleased. So always remember Krishna and don't forget Krishna. So I